Hello everyone, welcome back to the Going Zero Waste YouTube channel. I'm Catherine Kellogg, and one of these days I'm gonna change my filming schedule so it's not on watering day, because every single time I feel like I watch this video, this plant looks really sad. And it's not a sad plant, it's actually a very happy plant most of the time, unless it's watering day, which is the day I film. So I gotta get a new filming day or a new watering schedule or a different plant over here. I don't know, something's gotta change. Today's video, 5 tips for living a happier and more joyful life. I'm really excited about this video. It is done in partnership with Josie Maran, one of my favorite skincare brands. If you've been watching my videos recently, or if you're following me on Instagram, which you should be, I'm gonna link to my handle and you can go check it out. You know that I am obsessed with their lipsticks. I wear their lipsticks all the time. I love them. They are one of my favorite lip brands. And I've said this for 1,000 years, but I'm going to do it. I will compare and contrast all of the green beauty lipstick brands I have tried, because I have tried a lot. This video, I have filmed it before. I filmed it once and I was completely out of focus. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that is something that I really struggle with, getting my face in focus. So let's hope it gets better for this video. And it wound up being around 25 minutes long, which is a really, really long video. So I wrote a really long, really thorough blog post all about the 5 ways that I am working on bringing and finding joy and happiness into my life, because this is a really stressful time. I'm sure it's very stressful for many of you too. Things are changing. I'm sure that many of you are experiencing a lot of uncertainty, and maybe it might be difficult to bring more joy and happiness into your life at this time. So I've rounded up my 5 best tips. So my first tip is just to simply start looking for joy and happiness. I'm a climate optimist. I have that on my website. I have that on my Instagram. I firmly believe in looking at the glass half full. And a lot of people ask me, how do you stay positive? How do you remain positive? And the simple answer is that I choose to be positive, and I choose to look at the glass half full. And I wasn't born that way. I wasn't born into thinking this way. It's something that I've had to train myself to do time and time again. And one of the easiest ways to do that is by practicing gratitude. That really helps to shift your mindset from constantly seeing the negative to constantly seeing the positive. The more you look at the negative, the easier it is to find negative. The more you look at the positive, the easier it is to find the positive. That's one of the things that's been really helping me. I also recently sat down with a friend who happens to be a psychologist and was chatting with her about just struggles, life stuff. And she asked me, what do you do that brings you joy? And I was taken aback because I'd never thought about it. I don't know. What makes me happy? I don't even know. I don't know. So she's like, why don't you take some time and make a list? So I was like, okay. So I started this practice that I'm in love with. I talked about it in my self-care video, which I will link to. I love this practice. It's very, very simple. I live my day, and anytime I see something that brings me joy, I just recognize it, think about it, express gratitude towards it in some way, but I make a mental note to capture it and just savor that moment. And doing that one practice has helped shift so many things, because I'm becoming more aware of the things in my life that bring me joy. And now that I'm really familiar with what those are, I can make sure that I'm infusing them into my day, and that I'm intentionally adding more of those moments into my life. And what's been really fun about this practice is the fact that so many of the things repeat. And if you want to do this is a no stress practice. You're allowed to repeat things, anything. It's just go throughout your day and just start becoming aware of those moments that you experience. And I'm going to list a few of my favorite moments that I'm experiencing on multiple occasions. So one of those, houseplants. Oh man, the new growth, the new birth, about it. Sunshine, loving that sunshine. Oh my gosh, sunshine, I love you. Every time you are out, I just feel so energized. Nala, Nala is the cutest thing in the entire world. And every time I look at that little sweet pupperino face, just reminded that life, that's not so bad, man. Wearing some of my favorite clothes and my favorite outfits. I'm wearing one of my favorite pairs of shorts right now. I also have some of my favorite clothes back here. I'm also wearing some of my favorite clothes, even if they're ridiculous, because they just bring me joy. Fancy drink, got another fancy drink. I love making really fancy drinks and putting them in wine glasses. This is sparkling water, hibiscus tea, basil, and ice cubes with a bamboo straw. And this is making me feel so incredibly happy right now. So good, so refreshing. Candles, I really like candles, and I've really been enjoying lighting a candle in the morning. I've been waking up around 6:15, 6 a.m. and getting to work and starting to write. And during that time, it's just really nice to light a candle, something that I enjoy. Putting on one of my favorite perfumes has been making me feel really happy. Every time I get out of the shower, I've been putting argan oil in my hair, which just makes it so silky smooth. And the argan oil, of course, is Josie Maran. Josie Maran is doing a lot of really cool stuff right now. With their 100% pure argan oil, they're donating $5 to one tree planted for every purchase from Sephora. On top of that, they're also doing $10 for a give back donation to our first responders. Their argan oil comes from a UNESCO protected region that helps to prevent deforestation and overharvesting. An argan tree can survive for 600 years and give fruit throughout its entire life cycle. Most of Josie Maran's products come packaged in glass, which is perfect for upcycling, but they're also partnered with TerraCycle. And I'm going to link to that down below in the description box, as well as a link to Sephora in case you want to get in on this deal of them donating to one tree planted, as well as to our first responders. I've been using their tinted sunscreen, which is what I use as my foundation every single day. And then of course their lipsticks, which is one of the things that is bringing me so much joy. I'm telling you, the hack to the perfect get ready for Zoom in 1 minute for me is combing up my eyebrows, curling my eyelashes, putting on my tinted sunscreen, and my lipstick. That makes me Zoom ready. I look so good on Zoom camera. I can do it in 1 minute, and I'm ready for all the meetings. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Josie Maran. Thank you for making me look fabulous and for loving the environment. We got 2 more tips, which is to celebrate the small things. This is something I realized I stopped doing a really long time ago. I stopped celebrating and I stopped finding joy in the small things every day. I'm the kind of person who just really didn't find celebrating things to be productive. And if it wasn't productive, then I don't necessarily do it. And I'm realizing that thinking is very wrong, because not everything in your life has to be productive. You can sometimes do things just because you enjoy them and take the time to do them and fully enjoy them. So I'm taking time, I'm celebrating the small things, like when I just finished reformatting 523 of my blog posts. What? Yes. Very excited about that. I took some time to pat myself on the back and say, good job, girl. Go make yourself a fancy drink. Enjoy that. And then you can be more productive a little bit later. And the last thing is to simply slow down a little. Simply slow down a little. I think it's been obvious from our conversation that I like to move quickly. I like to move fast. I like to get things done. I like to be productive. I like working. I love working. I love working. I love my job. I love what I do. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And I can just get so caught up in being and doing that I don't take a chance to slow down, which I think ties into so many of the things I've said previously in this video. Slowing down, taking time to celebrate, taking time to recognize the beauty and the joy that is infused in my day, appreciating those moments and expressing my gratitude for all of those things around me, whether that's my loving and wonderful family, my beautiful plants in desperate need of watering, the earth, the sunshine, the grass, the flowers, the trees, and of course, my favorite lipstick. I hope that you're able to infuse and bring more joy into your day and your life. If you're looking for a much longer explanation of many of the things I've mentioned here, please check the blog post out in the description below. There will also be links to Josie Maran, who I appreciate so much for sponsoring this video. If you liked this, please give it a thumbs up, press that big red subscribe button to be notified when new videos are coming out, and I will see you next week with a new video.